Welcome to the next module of interview questions. In this module, we would be covering questions based on machine learning concepts. Machine learning is the key area of data science. So I won't be covering the details about why machine learning questions are asked in a data science interview because that's pretty straightforward. So in this module, I would be covering two question and answers in machine learning concept and a practice question. Let's look at the first question of machine learning concepts. The first question is, list down few critical assumptions of a linear regression model. You must be knowing that there are certain assumptions which we should follow to form a linear regression model. So here the interviewer wants to understand, do you know just the overview of regression model or you know the basics of it as well? I'll pause here for a moment, see if you can attempt the question. Let's look at the answer now. There are a lot of assumptions of linear regression model. I would be covering the top 3 or the most critical assumptions of linear regression model. The first one is that a linear relationship should be there between dependent and independent variable. As the name suggests, linear regression. This is a regression between independent and dependent variables, but there should be a linear relationship. Those should be correlated. The next assumption is that there should be no or very little multicollinearity among one or more independent variables. Those should not be multicollinear. The next assumption of linear regression is homoscedasticity. This assumption means that the variance around the regression line should be same for all values of predictor variables. What that means is that there should not be a pattern in the error term. It should be uniformly distributed. Welcome to the next question of machine learning concepts. The question is, what are various techniques to overcome class imbalance? Whenever you are asked these kind of question, firstly, try to explain the concept or give an idea or a one or two liner about. The interviewer wants to understand what are various techniques to overcome class imbalance. So the best practice is to say one or two lines about class imbalance and then talk about various techniques to overcome that. I'll take a pause here, see if you can attempt the question. Let's look at the solution now. Imbalanced classes are a common problem in machine learning classification, where there are disproportionate ratio of observations in each class. Class imbalance can be found in many different areas, including medical diagnosis, spam filtering, and fraud detection. When you have explained the class imbalance, what class imbalance is, now you need to talk about what are the common ways to handle class imbalance. Most common ways to handle class imbalance are, the first one is upsampling. Here you need to upsample the minority class. The next technique is downsampling. In downsampling, you need to downsample or you need to reduce the sample size of the majority class. The next one is change the algorithms. Few algorithms are not prone to class imbalance. You can go ahead with those algorithms as well. The next way is generate synthetic samples or SMOT. SMOT works by selecting examples that are close in the feature space, drawing a line between the example in the feature space and drawing a new sample at a point along the line. Specifically, a random example from the minority class is first chosen. Let's look at the practice question. The question is, what is the role of maximum likelihood in logistic regression? You must be knowing logistic regression. In the derivation, you must have read about maximum likelihood. The interviewer wants to understand what is the role of maximum likelihood in logistic regression. Give it a shot. With this, we come to the end of this module. I'll see you with the next module in the next videos.